Bring your cup and take a seat. Fill it up, coffee, wine, or tea. Come find what you're looking for. A good pour.
Welcome back to A Good Pour. I'm Kathryn Good, your host. This is Conversations about Good Work in Our Community. And today we have Mel Sawyers principal of Hendersonville High School. And there's not many people that do better work than teachers and administration in our school system, I think. So thank you for being here and taking time out away from your busy day to be here. But how did you get in education?
Oh, gosh. It stemmed from my early years. I was playing basketball, fortunate enough to play basketball in college. And they were saying, what are you going to major in? My first major was a school therapist, a physical trainer.
Okay.
And I did that for a couple semesters, and then it kind of switched and pivoted to education. So that's how.
What grade did you start in?
Teaching?
Mm-hmm.
Fifth grade.
Oh.
It's awesome.
What part of the country? Here?
Yeah, I came back here. I did my student teaching in Iowa because I played ball out there. I started at Vol State and then moved to Iowa on another scholarship. And I started student teaching there in Sacred Heart Private Catholic School.
Okay.
So a great introduction to education and great school to start with. And then I came back home and got a job. My first teaching job at Sumner County was at Benny Bills Elementary as a fifth grade teacher.
Okay. Fifth grade.
And
so did you stay in elementary? Well,
3 years, yes.
Okay.
I did stay in elementary for 3 years. And then through some issues, you had to pass a practice test. Unfortunately, I couldn't pass that practice test for a little while. And when I left Benny Bills, I actually went to R.T. Fisher as a teaching assistant. So I went from teaching to a teaching assistant and driving a school bus.
Okay. You have done it all.
I have done it all.
When did you become principal?
My first year as an assistant principal was 2011. I think my first official principal's job was 2016 at Millersville Elementary.
Okay. And how long have you been at Hendersonville?
This is my third year as head principal, but my career started there as an assistant principal in 2011. So I spent 5 years as an AP there. And then got a head principal job, and then this is my second time back, so I have some familiarity with it.
Okay. Yeah, just a little. Dr. Langford recommended you to be on this podcast. I don't know.
I was wondering how.
That's how you're here. Okay. So why do you think he recommended you?
To put me on the hot seat. I don't know. I think I've learned a lot from Dr. Langford. I think he truly is a visionary and sees the good work that people do and wants to bring positive publicity to that work. So yeah.
What are the challenges for our students right now?
If you compare it to 10 years ago, social media has grown vastly. Where for a while, we pushed college. Now kids have so many options after college. Just actually understanding the availability and the proper steps to take to achieve it.
Yeah. And is that, do you see that already in our teachers? Are we communicating that? Like you have other options?
Yes.
You feel like that's...
Yes, like today, for example, as we speak right now, we have a career fair going on at Hendersonville High School. And we'll have a college fair.
Yeah, they asked me to be be there, but I had this podcast booked.
I'm glad you chose me. I wanted to get you. So when I was there as AP, we did a lot of fairs, but it was mainly geared towards college because we really pushed kids going to college. But now with the emergence of technology and other options, blue-collar work, it's just kids need to know there's a robust opportunities that's not always in the college setting.
Yeah. Michael Bates, do you know Michael Bates with Gallatin Housing Authority?
Not by name. I might know if I see him.
Okay. He was on earlier and he was talking about how, we really need people that are okay to be a maintenance worker, right? But because we've been so focused on college, we have an adult population that doesn't really want to do some of these jobs. Right. And so how do you feel like, one, introducing them through career fairs and things of that nature, but is it also just figuring out who you are and finding your talents and your interests?
And educating and giving kids options, more availability. So if we, like with our CTE programs, and I think Governor Lee said it best, Sumner County is doing CTE well. So through our CTE programs, if you got a high school that has cosmetology, we have the largest FFA chapter in the state of Tennessee. We have a robotics chapter. We have criminal justice, and giving kids experience in those. And where you got other schools that might have a welding class or auto mechanics. So it's giving kids those opportunities in those settings to see like, okay, this is a viable source for me to do, earn great money at doing it, and being an asset to the community.
Yeah. Do you find, since you mentioned social media, are teachers changing their approach to social media or phones in general? Do you feel like there's less phones in the classroom or?
Well, we're trying to, yes, it's a new law passed, but yes, we actually are trying to, at Hendersonville, we have a policy where phones are up in the classroom. They have to be in the bag or in the location in the room. They can't be on the student's person. I let them have them in the hallways and in the cafeteria, but in the classroom, we want kids focused on the work that's been presented to them so they can master that content. Yes. Do I see more teachers accessing social media and putting out things? Absolutely. It's like, yes. So it's come full circle. Where it used to be bad. Now people are embracing it more. So it could be a good thing. It can be a tool, but also there are hangups with anything.
Yeah. I feel like maybe the students are at least decrease. I mean, I hear more, I'm giving up TikTok for this amount of time, or I'm taking a break or a detox.
Absolutely.
Detox. Yeah. There's probably all kinds of words that you know that I do not know.
No, I have to go to Urban Dictionary too, so don't feel about it.
I have 2 teenagers and they'll say a word and I'm like,
what's that mean?
Can you explain that all the time? But then my husband likes to start using them and embarrassing them a lot. So
I tell him, put it in old man terms. What does this mean? So,
well, any other challenges you're seeing at the school level?
Just preparing kids for the next step. That's always, and then being on the cutting edge of it, and not getting locked into one way. So it's just being innovative in it.
I think, and you and I actually met at the Innovation Center.
We did.
And so it's fun to see work like that progress, and mindset changes about education, right?
Absolutely.
But I also think it's, we have all these awards based in academics.
Yes.
And so do you see that changing in the future?
Absolutely. Like, in the publication of those is just, we're being more focused on, like, we have a great JROTC program. We won the national championship in Raiders. So publicizing that and the scholarship availability that's there for those kids. And then also, like, our band just won a reward in state. Mm-hmm. So just publicizing those. And then our criminal justice team just went the mock trial. Or the other band is competing as we speak right now at another school. So yes, we're just publicizing all the things that are available to our students at Hendersonville High School. So when a student comes into those doors, they understand if they're not an athlete, that's okay. We can find something that they can mesh with and they will grade them. Like, our speech and debate team has done phenomenal. And this is this first year, I think it's really taken off. So no, I'm sorry, second year. So
okay. All right. I like that you say that. I there was a principal at Jack Anderson when my kids went to Jack Anderson, and she was just putting up pictures of the kids, and I'm sure a lot of elementary schools have a lot. You get they have roar awards, and then like people reading a certain number of books and all of these things, and she said, some of these kids, this will be, they won't be a star football player. They won't be,
Absolutely.
and so finding ways to recognize those kids in whatever skill that they're talented in is so important. So I like that you said that. So my daughter wants to be a teacher.
Oh, great.
What would you tell her, or what would you tell our future teachers? What do they need to learn? Or what do they need to consider?
Consider what grade level you want to serve. What are you passionate about? Are you going to do K through 8 or middle school, or I say K through 5, or middle school or high school? Finding what grade level you want to serve. Get experience in that grade level to see what it's like, because an elementary kiddo is different from a middle school kiddo, and middle school is different.
Just because you don't want to teach elementary may not mean you don't want to be a teacher.
When I was a principal, and my first job was at elementary school as a head principal, and I came from high school, they were invasive. They touched a lot. I came from high school, so I wasn't used to it. And I'm tall, so I'm different. It's like, hey, so just
I hadn't thought of that. That's a
just
good point.
thinking, so, and I've had some stories where you go in, a teacher say, hey, this kid hadn't came out of the bathroom, and I go knock on the door, and I open the door, and there's my little friend's sitting on the toilet and he's asleep. And I'm like, hey, buddy. So just elementary school offers just a different setting. And it's great because it's the innocent of the kids. And middle school, they're kind of awkward. They're trying to figure it out. High school is you're trying to mold them to be productive adults and go on to achieve great things. So just get experience in what grade level you think you want to serve. And then understand what's the best way to achieve your certification. Like right now, the kids can go 2 years free. Take advantage of that. It's okay if you don't start off at UT. It's okay if you start off at Vol State or another community college and get the free basis out of the way and then go on to university.
Are there like, special ed certifications or certain certifications that you would recommend, like all of them, like, or find?
It depends on what do you want to teach too. Like I used to be a math teacher when I left elementary school and I worked at alternative school for. I was a math teacher. Love teaching math. I got to teach math all day. So if you're a math person, get a math certification. If you're science, look for science. If you're elementary, it's like you need a K-5 certification or K-8 or pre-K. So, and if you want to be a teacher special ed, it does take a certain type of certification. Then what type of special ed? Do you want to be severe nonverbal kiddos? And it's an awesome population to serve and work with. You see a real progression with those kids. Or do you want to be the more interventionist type? Like, hey, you got a learning disability. I want to help give you skills to figure out your math problems, figure out how to decode words.
So find your skill.
Find your passion.
Yeah. Even within the teaching, you want to be a teaching, find your passion within that.
Find your passion. Don't just say, I want to be a teacher. That's great.
I don't know how much. I teach AI. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know that.
And Clarksville Montgomery Schools hired me to do a workshop for them because...
You're going to Clarksville?
Wait till
I tell Dr. Langford about this.
I know. He knows where I am.
Oh my goodness, it's making me sweat. I can't believe it.
Well, I did teach the Innovation Kids, so I like
how you're trying to frame it.
I did teach the Innovation Kids, but there's a point to this story. So they let me know that there was a new CTE requirement that from the state that to teach kids how to use ethical AI.
Yes, but
we haven't really taught our teachers how to use ethical AI.
And we have to learn as teachers. We have to learn to embrace AI. It's not going anywhere. The emergence of AI is really taking off, and so instead of it's bad, we have to learn how to be educated in it and then explain to students the appropriate ways and acceptable ways of using AI. We still want to measure their ability to do the work. But if they use the tool, that's okay too.
So how do we teach all of our? I mean, I have probably 15 emails in my inbox of stuff I want to learn in the past 10 days with AI. It is changing so
rapidly,
fast.
Yes.
And I have a foundation that I like to go over. It's called Create. So we want to create good things with AI, right?
Absolutely.
But we have to make sure that we're giving the AI credit and that it is our responsibility. Just because we used AI, we can't say, well, AI told me. We have to take responsibility for our work. So examples like that. But this is, to me, like, how do we teach all of these people, right? Who are teaching, and to the point where when we met with a school that Claire's visiting, because she's a junior, and so she's starting to visit colleges, and so I asked the education department, like, are you teaching AI? And they said, no, we want to, but we're not teaching it yet. And I'm going, oh God,
you're gonna be left behind.
We're not teaching the teachers that are coming out right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how do we solve this problem?
I think we got to realize it's a missed opportunity and then take steps to solve it. I think the take step is first to embrace it and say, when we embrace it, what is going to be our method to teach it and utilize it as a tool, not as a crutch. So I think first step is embrace it. And then what it's look at, and I'm a big believer on, if there's 10 things, you can't do 10 things well. You have to narrow it down to what are the 2 to 3 things that we're going to do really well, master, and then we can move on. So I think we have to embrace, there's so many AI tools. What do we want to embrace and master and teach that to our kids? So.
Yeah. One of the things I say is you don't have to learn all the tools, but you have to have a mindset of using AI to help you.
Yes.
And also a mindset of AI is not helping me anymore. I'm not using my critical thinking skills, right? So knowing, and I say a lot, social media did not do us any favors.
It did not.
to prep us for this AI world, because we're used to just scrolling and kind of this mindless thinking, right? And so I have to go, okay, I'm not using my brain anymore. am using AI, like, when it goes, do you also want to do this? So do you also want to do this? And then 2 hours later, I'm like, oh, I've done all this and I didn't have to think. That's wrong. Like, that's bad.
And I think the way I use it, if I'm using a PowerPoint, I will create the PowerPoint and then I prompt it, hey, can you make this clear? I think we still have to not excuse the part where there's work on your part and not just say, hey, create me a PowerPoint on how to build a birdhouse.
Right.
It's like you have to build the PowerPoint yourself and then say, help me to make this
make it better,
more clear, polished. So,
so
it has to be some guidelines there, not just, I did AI.
But we can't teach our kids that if we don't,
if we don't know it.
And a lot of it's common sense.
I think so, but I'm a common sense type of person.
Me too. But I also think we've lost a lot of, society has lost some common sense.
We have rewarded people for not having any common sense. So we have to.
So we might need some reminders.
Absolutely.
We need a framework here, right?
Yes, a framework like this.
Well, I'm glad you're embracing AI. It concerns me. I mean, and I taught an AI class for college kids right before they left back in August. And it's don't use it to do your work for you, right? But can you use it to do work better? Can you use it to, the fact of the matter is you're going to have to learn this in some capacity because just in the 3 years that I've been using it, it is drastically changed, right? And it's by the time they get out of school,
it's going to change again.
It's going to be a different world.
And they have to have a foundation to build upon to embrace all the changes that will happen.
Yeah.
But if they just stick their head in the sand like an ostrich, it's not going anywhere. It's still going to be there. So.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like someone to know about what's going on in our high schools?
I think Sumner County in large part has tremendous high schools, tremendous leaders, and they're really invested in kids and the success of the students. And we are embracing the new AI, like Hendersonville, I can speak directly for. We have an AI policy, so we're not acting like it's not there, but it is a tool that can help our kids grow and actually set themselves apart from other high schools. So I don't want to give away all our secrets because I am competitive. I want my other counterparts to do well, but I want to be the best.
Yeah. So. How about with our students? So are they dealing with things that you would want people to know?
Yeah, they're dealing with things. The emergence of information that they're faced with daily is tremendous. And we have to guide them in all the information they get. One, it may not all be accurate. And two, decipher what's good information and what's not good information. So that's just AIs will tell me how to bake a cake in 10 minutes, but that doesn't excuse people still need guidance on baking the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, so. That's a really good point. I'm saying a lot now. We're going to get to the point where we get online and we don't know if it's real or fake.
Right.
I mean, already there'll be, that's weird. Like a cat and the other day there was like a cat in a crib, and I'm like, this doesn't look right, you know. And
I took a picture the other day and said, "Hey, AI, make me look this." I'm like, wow, I look.
But in a world where we don't know what's real,
right?
These kids are going to struggle. And what's what I've been saying is it makes community and conversation all that more important. But because it's real. Like if we're having a conversation, we can
real, it's authentic,
right? But if we're increasing this world of artificial, it
has to be a balance.
Yeah. And I can see how that noise and
I think it goes back to we can't get away from some of the main staple points of education, which is in-person learning. I think when we went back a few years ago, if you think about COVID and it forced us online, I think human connectivity is the most powerful thing that you can get. And even with kids, I've really flirted with the idea I allow kids to have their phones out at lunch. But I have a friend that's a principal, and this individual, I won't identify him anyway, but they make their kids put their phones up. Can't have it at all during the day. And I can see the purpose in it because it forces kids to talk and have conversation without being distracted with technology or AI. But my kids, I can see them, they're playing games, but we have to be purposeful in finding ways to make kids still draw connections to each other, the community, to serve the teachers, the people around.
I think that's a really good point because I feel like even as a parent, there's a part of me that wants my kid to have their phone at some point during the day because I want that connection with them. But I also don't want to jeopardize the opportunity for them to be in community.
Absolutely.
But we're so used to tracking our kids
Absolutely.
or,
I look at my kids up, where's he at right now?
Yeah.
Like, you should be home now. So, I get it. So, I think as parents, too, we have to learn that hey, connectivity with the community is going to serve them just as much as us knowing where they are at a certain time.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Well, thank you. Anything else you want to say?
No,
I mean,
no.
I love teachers. I love our school system, and I think we have a really good one as well. You don't have to give out your secrets for Hendersonville, but
Thank you for not pressuring me into
overall,
that.
I think it's just a really good environment, and I'm proud of what we're doing, and proud of the people that are helping make it happen.
I'm just thinking I'm a lucky recipient. I work with some phenomenal educators that really take it to heart and are passionate about the content they teach a kid and the opportunities they provide them. So I think I'm just a lucky guy that gets to sit at the helm of it for the moment.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being on A Good Pour.
Thank you so much.